Hello, my name is Daryl Lesnick, and I am the band director at Fox Chapel Area High School. I've been teaching at the high school now for 14 years, and prior to coming to the high school, I taught elementary band at Kerr and Fairview. So I'm going to go in order tonight. Symphonic band, marching band, jazz ensemble, and then we'll talk about some of the other honors ensembles that are available. I start with symphonic band because that's the first step that you need to schedule. You're going to meet with your guidance counselor here coming up in the next few weeks, and since symphonic band is part of the school day, that's something that's scheduled through guidance. And then typically what I do is I talk about marching band and jazz ensemble as we kind of get into the spring and closer to spring break. So that way we're not talking about too many things all at once. Today in my symphonic band class at school, my students, I had asked them, what are some things that I should talk to with the 8th grade parents and students to let them know about, why should you become a member of the high school band? You've already been a member of the band at the elementary level and the middle school level, but why should you continue and be a part of the band with us at the high school? And this is the list that they wanted me to share with you. So there's a lot of great opportunities for leadership and community service throughout all of our ensembles at the high school. Team building, and we'll see some pictures here as I go through the presentation. Lifelong skills. So what does that mean? Well, for marching band, whenever we go out on the road, we have to make sure that we take everybody with us. Okay, we load the band trailer with all the equipment, and then when we get there, we have to unload everything. We have to get everything in the warm-up area, make sure everything's put together. If something's broken, we have to fix it. And it's a bunch of people who have a bunch of different tasks working together to perform a 7-minute show on the field. And then we pack everything up, and then we go back in, we watch all the bands and eat at the concession stand and laugh and have a great time. And those are the lifelong skills. Band is not all about playing instruments and learning to march. It's about being with other people and having a great time and, getting the job taken care of. You get to meet and hang out with all of your friends. All of our ensembles at the high school are grades 9 through 12. So you'll be in with other upperclassmen. And obviously, as you get older, you'll be in with underclassmen. But we have a lot of mentoring that goes on. Whenever you get here, we start marching band over the summer. Symphonic band doesn't start until school starts, but marching band starts in June. So the upperclassmen will meet with you, and they will start to show you around the campus. In August during band camp, when schedules come out, they always take the underclassmen, the freshmen around, and the new students who move in from other schools and show them around the building, the best pathway to get from your history class to your English class, where to sit at lunch, and all those secrets. The one thing that they did talk about too is you've already been in band for 5 years. You started in 4th grade for many of you. You've only been including kindergarten, you've been going to school here for 9 years. So 5 years is more than half of your time at Fox Chapel. So give it a shot for 1 year, and just to see what it is. You've already invested the time, and then if you decide that's not for you, which they assure me that you're going to have a great time and you're going to love being here, give it a shot. You owe that to yourself. And it's a great resume builder and shows commitment. Whenever you're applying for military academies or for jobs or for scholarships, they always like to see band and music-related activities on your resume that you've been involved in. At the symphonic band at the high school, as we go through scheduling, I know that guidance has talked to you. We do a 2+3 and a 3+2 schedule. And all that means is in one semester, I have an example of a 3+2 here. In one semester, you're going to have band for 3 days. And in the other semester, you're going to have it for 2. Your typical core classes, your math, English, science, history, you're going to have 5 days a week for one semester. So your math class, you might have in the fall for 5 days a week. And then you won't have math at all in the next semester. You might not have English in the fall, but then the spring you have English. So it kind of depends on how your schedule works out. But with our ensembles, band, choir, and orchestra, we do a modified or a split block with a 3+2. And so your schedule could look like this. There's a number of different ways. But you could have band Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the fall semester. And if you have it first period, then Tuesday, Thursday, you would have health, or you could have health. And then in the spring, you'd have band 2 days, and then you'd have gym or your phys ed class opposite of that. There's 2 different periods, first and third. Some people have band first period one semester and third period the next, and that's going to be dependent on how the classes that you select. So to sign up for Symphonic Band, or some people know it as concert band, but we call it Symphonic Band, and that's how it's listed in the course guide. That is going to be set up and scheduled through your guidance counselor here in the next few weeks. The next ensemble that we get to is marching band and color guard. Color guard's flags, and we're always looking for new members in both of those groups. It is not an audition group. For color guard, we have clinics in the spring, and then we start marching band as soon as school's out, and that's for band and color guard, for instruments and flags, so winds, percussion, and flags. We do 2 rehearsals in June and 2 in July, and those are on Tuesday evenings from 6 until 9. If you're away on vacation, if you go to sleepaway camp, if you have workshops that you go to or internships, those are excused absences. So we can work around June and July. August is our biggest time that we spend together, and we do all of our work and have all of our fun, as I like to say. That's when I have the most staff here. And during these 2 weeks, we learn most of the show. So our typical morning, we work on the visual portion of it. We do stretching and basic marching, and then we start to learn the drill. So we'll do about 10 sets, 10 drill moves in the morning, and then when it starts to get hot, we go inside and we do music. After lunch, we do parade and some ensembles. So we play with all of the instruments together. And then our last hour, we go back out to the field and we put together our moving and our playing. So big picture, we normally do about, I don't know, probably less than 20 seconds of music and drill that we're piecing together each day. So it's not too much, and it's very palatable to learn. In a typical year, we go to Kennywood for our Fall Fantasy Parade. That is our first performance of the year. That may look a little bit different this year because of occupancy, but we'll find out from Kennywood as we get a little bit closer. And then we have some evening rehearsals before our preview. This is before school starts. And the 2021 preview show is supposed to, it's either going to be the 18th or 19th. I have it on the schedule as the 18th right now. And that is our first opportunity to show off all of our hard work as far as marching and playing goes. And that's for our parents and our family and our friends and the community. And that's held in the stadium. Then school starts that next week. So when school starts, we have rehearsal after school on Tuesday, 3 to 5:30, and then we do Wednesday evenings under the lights from 6 until 9. And that's all that we do as far as rehearsal goes for the week. I've had a number of students who split between athletics and marching band. It's doable with many of the sports. So if it's something that you're interested in doing, you can reach out to me via email, and I'm more than happy to go over that information with you and help you to figure it out. We have a lot of students in a variety of different things. And then we have our football games on Fridays, and then our Pmea shows. We only do 4 total shows on Saturdays throughout September and October. Here's some pictures from the season. Obviously, the maskless pictures, these are pre-pandemic. We have a lot of students who are in National Honor Society, and to meet the requirements for National Honor Society, a lot of our students meet those requirements in the checklist, and I sign off for them in their booklet. Community service, we do 4 parades on Memorial Day typically, Etna, Sharpsburg, Lawnox, and Aspinwall. Here's some of our fun parades. This is New Year's Eve in Universal Studios in Orlando last year. This is our stadium, our trumpets and mellophones and saxes from band camp 2 years ago, and Kennywood Fall Fantasy Parade down on the bottom left. In the middle on the bottom, we have when we went to Disney, which would have been 3 school years ago, and we marched New Year's Eve in Disney and went to see, we went to Cirque du Soleil and Kennedy Space Center on that trip. And then on the bottom right, we have our drum majors from 2 years ago, Jack and Hannah, and that's their mascot, the spoon. On the other side, they had a frowny face. They kind of, depending on what was going on in rehearsal or in the football game, they would show their emotions with the spoon. Top left, we have percussion and their pre-performance, one of their pre-performance rituals that they like to do. And we have our seniors from last year, the class of 2020 here, and those are the old uniforms. You'll get a chance here in a second to see the design of the brand new uniforms that arrived in July. We weren't able to use them this year, so we'll be using fresh, brand new, out-of-the-box uniforms this coming year, which I'm pretty excited about. Here's our seniors from last year in Universal Studios. This is band ball. We use a water balloon slingshot. Typically, we play each class kind of does their own, each class is their own team. Moving into jazz ensemble, which is also extracurricular. Jazz ensemble starts as soon as marching season is over. So marching band wraps up at the end of October. And jazz ensemble is the only audition group that I have at the high school. With symphonic band and marching band, I always say we need as many people as possible, because we do have soloists and featured sections. But to have a strong band, it's important to have, full parts being filled out by musicians everywhere. And some people feel that they're not, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough at my instrument to go to high school. Some of my students they've made the biggest strides and had the biggest success over their 4 years in high school. Just through working with other students, through working with older students, through helping each other out. It's just a great place to be. But like, as I was saying, jazz ensemble is the only auditioned ensemble that I have at the high school. Saxes, trumpets, trombones, and rhythm section. In order to audition, you have to be in symphonic band and or marching band to be eligible to audition. And that music is available in late May. And you submit your video audition typically like late October, early October, so I can get through those and start to get music put together for when we start in November. Our rehearsals for jazz ensemble are after school on Thursdays. We meet 2:45 to 4:30 until spring sports start, typically, because I have a lot of students who are in jazz ensemble who are in spring sports with track and field and a number of other spring sports. So then we do 2 mornings during our QRT, which is during the school day, in the morning, to allow those students to go to practices and games after school. Another opportunity for something extra, it's optional, is Allegheny Valley Honors Band. Allegheny Valley is made up of 9 schools. You can see them in the emblem here. Many of you auditioned for these groups in middle school. As a 9th grader, it's the same. You're still in the junior high group, so you're auditioning and playing. You'll play in an ensemble with 7th and 8th graders. And then whenever you move into 10th grade, you will be in the senior high group. This festival is a 2-day festival we're hosting here at Fox Chapel next year. It's our turn in the rotation, and you rehearse for 2 days. Typically, the conductors are college conductors or composers or composers, and they work with you for 2 days, and then there's a concert. And typically, the senior high group, those students all wear their marching band uniforms, so we can see where all those students are from. Pmea is the Pennsylvania Music Educators Association, very similar to Allegheny Valley Honors Band. It's another option. Our district is made up of 5 counties, and there are students make up an ensemble of approximately 120 students auditioning from about 50 schools in those 5 counties, and that's optional. Those auditions are always the first Monday in October. I have the list of those solos. If you're interested, you can send me an email, and I'm happy to send that to you so you can order that music. Most of those solos are under $10, or some of them I have in the library that I could look to see if I can send to you. Pmea, there's also for 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, there's district band, region band, all-state band. So our district is the 5 counties. Our region is made up of 9 counties. So from district band, you advance to region band, and then the top students from each region go to all-state band. So that's an option in 10th and 11th and 12th grade. Excuse me. I'm asking everybody who participated in the sessions this evening to go and if you're watching the video online, to go to foxchaplareabands.com, which is our website. On the main page, there's a button for prospective members, just so I can get your information. Since we're in a hybrid and virtual climate this year, I want to make sure that nobody falls through the cracks. And I want to make sure that everybody's getting all the information that they need as we go through the spring and we approach next school year. So if you could go there and fill that out for me. Also reach out to your friends and get them to do the same thing as well. I always say it's super important that there are students that come into the band program because they love to play their instrument or they love to march. There are students who come into the band program because they're here for the social aspect. There are students, I could come up with a list of 1,000 different reasons. Bring your friends with you. It's an awesome place to be, and you're in for a great time. But if you bring your friends with you, you can have that friend group, and you can add to that, and you're going to meet a bunch of new friends. I look forward to speaking with the 8th graders during your band classes via Zoom. I'm going to have some of my students join us for those conversations, so that you can ask them directly questions. And I also, after spring break, I plan on having another Zoom meeting for families, band families, new families to the district, and students coming into their freshman year, and families, to go over all the information that I covered tonight in a little greater detail, and to answer questions if you have any questions. So that pretty much wraps up all of the information I have to very quickly give you highlights for this evening. Pitt Orchestra is another option that we have for playing, and Mr. Emmert conducts that, and that is made up of band and orchestra students with a musical. But again, my name is Mr. Darrell Lesnick, and here's my email address and my phone number at school, and I encourage you to reach out to me. And here are brand new uniforms that will be breaking in for this coming season, marching season 2021 in the fall. And this is our seniors. They got a chance to wear them for senior night. You'll notice they have their masks on. All the other pictures in the slideshow in the presentation were maskless because they were prior to this year. But I look forward to meeting and having each and every one of you in the band room and out on the field with us this coming season. And if there's ever anything that I can do, please reach out and let us know. So thank you very much.